Hey, so I've been talking to a bunch of people at the gym for over a year and a half now. People who are coming from the West and having their first fight, or maybe having within their first 5 fights. And one of the most common things that people say to me in terms of their fears about their fight is that they're going to gas out. And I think that there's something to this in that it's mental. When you gas out, your body can keep going, but mentally your mind has already given up. It's the same thing with running. Like, your mind gives out before your legs do. It's the same thing in Muay Thai. If you're really feel like you don't have anything left, but someone tells you to kick, by and large, you can kick again. So a lot of people are giving up prematurely, but also something to think about is that it's impossible to gas out in the 10 or 15 minutes, or in the US, 6 minutes, that you're fighting. It's really not possible. So you need to stop thinking about it so much, and train in such a way that you can kind of get over that fear, and also prepare yourself for when you feel that you're in that position, being able to push through it. But so I talked to Den about what people should do in their training in order to ensure that they have the most energy possible, ways to build energy and have more gas. And he has over 300 fights and has been training people for a really long time, so he has lots of experience on the subject and is definitely a good resource for that. So I talked to him about what those things should be. But I think a really important thing to remember is that it takes time to build up energy. I mean, there are little shortcuts like doing high intensity interval training. HIIT is what they call it. This is a way to build your cardio faster, but it still takes time. You're not going to get it in one day. So I think a lot of people come to training and they think that they're going to be able to build up their energy in like 2 days or something, but you're going to be tired first, and you just need to push through it. You just need to know that you're going to be tired. You need to know that it's going to take probably 1 or 2 weeks to really get your energy up to a point that you feel that it's improved. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen in one day. You can't just come and have one really hard workout and expect that your cardio is going to be much better. It's not any one given workout for anything. It's coming back and doing it again. So be a little bit patient, but also push really hard. And yeah, so that's the question about energy. And the other thing that has been a consistent issue with mostly Westerners who I talk to who are having one of their early fights is they're very afraid of the pain in their shins. You can build up a lot of shin strength just by kicking the bag, sparring, doing pad work, stuff like that. You don't feel it in the fight. Your adrenaline is going, and honestly, you don't feel it. You feel it later afterwards, and they can be a little bit sore. But I think that one of the biggest problems with that is that people don't know how to treat their shins. So, you kind of bang them up a little bit in the fight, and then you don't know how to treat them. And 3 days later, 5 days later, 2 weeks later, they're still hurting, and you're like, oh my God, I really hurt myself. It must have been worse than I thought because it's so nagging, like it stays for too long. So a really important thing is knowing how to treat your shins after. It's like the first aid of fights, I guess. And it works really well. I have a blog post that I'll link on this for how to take care of your shins. But basically you just want to ice them right after the fight and for about 24 hours. And then after that, everything is hot water. You want to get a lot of heat on your shins in order to get the blood flow down there to heal them up. So those are the 2 main concerns of the people that I've been talking to who are having their first or very early fights. And these are things that you can deal with. These are things that you can totally treat. And don't be afraid of it. It's not that big a deal. And it's only a big deal if you think about it so much. So find something else to focus on. And yeah, not too bad. All right.